So what's the first match? Do we know what the first match is?
Yeah, we are. Let me get you guys in the party here. It is actually going to be HuShang versus Dipwood, so PvP.
Sweet.
Yeah, we're going to start on Deadwing, so lots of macro Protoss builds, hopefully.
You mean Protoss coin flip? Just kidding. Could see some longer games on Deadwin, especially if they get cross spawns.
Yeah, it's a very solid Protoss map, but in PvP it plays out a little bit more towards the macro side, but usually results in some sort of 2 base all-ins.
The map layout in Protoss versus Terran, I know for sure, is very good for a lot of the 4 bases close to one another. Is sort of good for macro-oriented style. It makes drops hard. It makes harass difficult. So I'm wondering how that plays into the PvP sort of thing.
If it's on Deadwing, though, you can usually circumvent Overlords, go all the way around. There is some harass you could pull off that hits pretty hard.
Alright, so we are getting everything sort of with Battle.net. We had a slight hiccup. We're going to rehost the game. We'll be getting into this match shortly.
Hey, success.
Hooray!
Okay.
Alright, so I think we are ready to get into this game.
Looks just like that is the case.
Yeah, everyone is ready, and we are countdown has started.
So Kaboosh, tell me, what are the differences primarily in the spawn, in the way games will play out in PvP on when they have the 2 different spawns in comparison from up down versus cross? What are different strategies that you typically see?
I don't think it makes a terrible difference. Generally, I think Stargate openers are a little bit more, a little bit stronger when you spawn vertically. But when you spawn cross, yeah, it's just the way that the natural is angled. How you can if you break down the rocks, you have 2 potential attack paths into the natural. It makes roboplay very aggressive roboplay very strong.
It looks like we do have that up and down. I know that when I'm playing a TVT on this map, I get up and down spawns. I'm a little more wary of that Marine Hellion elevator because of the short fly distance versus cross spawns. You see most of that really early aggression is a lot harder to pull off, or at least a lot harder to make it worthwhile. I would imagine the same is probably true for things like Stargate play, for any sort of gateway pressure off of one base. Although I'm given to understand that this matchup ends up staying on one base a long time in general anyway.
Another thing to look out for is, I actually casted earlier on some of Dipwood's games, and he really favors kind of early DT builds. So we may just see him try to circumvent the game entirely and end it in one fell tech swoop.
Yeah, there's a lot of space on this map where you can hide tech for sure. So,
but let's go ahead and introduce our players here. In the top right, we have the red Protoss from Deadly Gaming. It is HuShang, going for an 11 gate. Whoa.
Mind equals blown.
My mind is blown. So 11 gate is like the equivalent of 11 racks? Or even earlier?
Even earlier. And going for a normally timed gateway in the bottom right, we have the yellow Protoss from Zeez. It is Dipwood.
So we might actually see HuShang try to take some... yeah, he's taking his second guess now. We're going to see him obviously pick a pretty quick tech route. So what do you think? Something like Stargate? or what's your money on?
An Oracle could definitely be in the realm of possibility here. But a really nice scout from Dipwood, scouting first.
He's going to see this fairly early. It's even his first scout, so good one. He's just going to get in here, and he knows his opponent is planning something. So we might see Dipwood play a bit more cautiously from here on out.
Dipwood's Cybercore is super late. I can't imagine this is intentional.
Yeah, he has the money for it right now.
Yeah, it was about 30 minerals on top.
Yeah, and it's 30 seconds behind Dipwood's on top of that. So if it is an Oracle coming out after this Cybercore is done, he's going to be in a pretty horrible spot to defend this.
Yeah.
Oops.
See, Dipwood moving his probe somewhere, and he's hiding this like right in the fog. So
Yeah.
it's not going to be a proxy pylon. This is probably going to be.
Oh, maybe he's scouting? No.
Maybe.
I bet it's a proxy. How funny would it be if the Oracle flies over and sees the proxy location? That would be pretty hilarious.
I think my life.
That's totally what's going to happen.
I think I would be pretty happy to see Protoss cheese foiled by Protoss cheese.
Look at what Dipwood is getting though. Like absolutely nothing. He's like the gateway is empty. He didn't build a second gateway. He is getting a Stargate of his own.
Wow, there it is.
But so I think HuShang is going to make an Oracle here. He's going to fly over and see the proxied Stargate, and then he's just going to make a Phoenix.
He got the Phoenix first. Interesting.
Very strange.
That's like almost a hard counter if it's more than a hard counter if Dipwood decides to proxy the Oracle instead of build Phoenix of his own. But he's always going to be behind in Phoenix count, which is what I'm given to understand is the only thing that matters in Phoenix versus Phoenix. Oh, he's just going to see it. I was surprised he didn't pull them at home. Wonder if he... No, he couldn't possibly cancel it. That would make no sense.
So, yeah, he can just camp the Stargate and nothing will ever pop out of it.
Yeah.
or he can make a Chrono of Phoenix out to die, apparently.
This is extremely unfortunate. I think this is like a build order counter in its purest form.
Yeah.
Not even in the sense of, oh, this gives me a slightly better strategic background.
Looks like Dipwood's going for Plan 2 in the bottom left.
Yeah. It's literally, there's very little I can do with this tactic I chose, because he magically countered it.
Yeah. And HuShang knows it. He's just like, alright, he's got to be up to something else. I'm just going to go across and do some damages.
Yeah, and these
Phoenixes overcharge.
There's really very little to stand in the way of these Phoenixes. The moment this photon overcharge ends, we don't even have another Stalker on the way. This could be devastating.
Build a Nexus. Build a Nexus next to your proxy tech. That's next level right there.
Behind that, we see HuShang going into Robotech. So he's probably just going to try either to put some pressure if Dipwood has the audacity to take a natural, but he's just going to take a natural of his own as well.
He scouted the 3 gates. Does he feel that that's pressure and he should get an immortal? Oh no, I guess he's making observers. Never mind. Sorry.
I think he just feels he's very far ahead, and he's just gonna play economically to capitalize on that.
And the observer counters the secret tech in the bottom left. So looks like HuShang's read him like an open book in this game.
But Dipwood is actually getting a proxy expansion. So hidden base. So this could actually help him if this game goes a bit longer. Basically,
is he looking to take a third here at his natural?
I don't think
Ooh.
so. I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think he'll probably just lose this probe. Maybe he wants to make it look like he's going to take a natural, but I think he wants to make his opponent scared.
Feign it longer, yeah.
Exactly. I think he wants to make his opponent scared, and then.
No, he's going for the third. Wow.
Wow, that's brave.
That is ballsy, but I feel like when you're this far behind, making ballsy decisions is sometimes for the best. Maybe
Another
I'm wrong.
thing is, a Nexus is the one thing that these Phoenixes can't actually pick up and kill. Buildings.
That's true, yeah.
Buildings the counter to flying graviton units. So Dipwood scouts this natural coming up, and Dipwood's going to snowball into an economic lead very quickly because HuShang is going to assume he's ahead, and he's not going to find this hidden base for a long time.
Well, we say that. As we say that, look where those Phoenix are rallied right now.
Welp, I'm going to eat some words right now. They don't taste, they don't taste very good.
I bet not.
And
Is he gonna go all the way?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
well, of course. It's rallied. But yeah, there's some free phoenixes. Nom 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 nom. And with that, I
probes.
mean, let's look at the supply. We see that HuShang is very far ahead. If we look at the tech, we again see that everything is pretty much on the table. HuShang knows the DTs and probably Blink are what's coming, and he has everything he needs to deal with that.
Yep. Hit
It's
another
gonna walk right into
downside.
Observer and get wrecked.
Wrecked. Yeah, another downside of hiding your tech choices next to your hidden base. If one gets found, the other will probably be found as well.
I mean, if the one gets found, you probably just lose.
That's true.
So, may as well have all the eggs in the one basket when the basket is kind of your lifeline.
This is true. Right now there are 39 probes to 34. Now 33.
Yep,
Now 32. But
once
you know, I
these
feel like
cannons
it's
go
I feel
up,
like
though-
it's HuShang's time now, right? Isn't it about his time to go across and press his
Well,
advantage?
he's getting Colossus, so I think
Yeah.
he's gonna try to hit a Colossus timing.
Oh, I see.
I'm guessing HuShang just wants to, you know, get as far ahead with his tech as possible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he should probably be looking to take a third since he knows his opponent has a third, even though he knows he's not mining. 3 probe production versus 2 probe production will eventually, at some point, catch up.
Unless he's just
But he
planning.
has such a monstrous supply lead.
Yeah, maybe he's just planning to do a big 2-base Colossi all-in, something like that.
That would
Well,
make sense.
Not even all in, just push.
Yep.
Let his
That
opponent.
would make sense.
Yeah, he's just so far ahead that he may as well just make a big scary army and win.
Of course, of course. Well, Colossus are really powerful in certain numbers. And there's nothing on Zipwood's side that can deal with Colossus right now, so I feel like it's a good choice. Although he is starting to pump.
Yeah,
Two
he's
Phoenix
going
at a
back
time.
into Phoenix. That's okay.
Oh, he's making that fleet beacon, perhaps to Tempest counter the Colossus check.
Yeah, he can
Is he
either go
scouting
into
it?
Tempest or he can go into the Gravitron
range.
or no, the Anion Pulse Crystals. And
Is that
because he's
Phoenix range or
Phoenix range. If he thinks that HuShang is still making Phoenix, I don't know why he would, but this could very well be for Tempest. I think that's definitely viable.
Yeah.
And there's the 3rd Stargate. So
what is it? It's 5. How many Tempest shots? One shot the Colossus? Like 3 or 4?
3 Tempest
Three?
shots. Although I think
So-
there's going to be a change to Massive coming up, so maybe that won't be the case.
Oh yeah,
for-
true. Maybe that won't be. But I was about to say, if he can get some Tempest out before HuShang comes across with his Colossus push, then maybe he has a chance. And with his 3-base economy, well, 2-base economy with a couple gas.
he is
on the
getting
other side.
In
Phoenix
his,
range.
In his
Oh, wow.
favor, he has now this proxy Stargate, which was seemingly useless, is now actually sort of playing into his favor.
Yeah, I'm
So-
surprised that HuShang never went to kill that. He had all the opportunity in the world.
But, you know, he
There-
actually did. He did actually. He sent a Zealot to kill it, but the DT protected it.
Oh, the DT, I see, he has 1 kill, yeah.
Yeah. So he,
There is little to no anti-air with this army here.
Yeah, I was about to say.
This is very clever by Dipwood. He's been playing a very scrappy game. You know, he kind of got very unlucky, I would say, and he's making the best of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stalkers now.
But
6
let's be
stalkers
honest,
is enough.
this is a monstrous army right here. This is, you know, this would scare a Zerg, let alone a Protoss.
Is
Well-
Photon Overcharge going to be enough here?
We see
I
the
don't
Let's
think
find
so.
out.
see the one force field going down, saying you can kind of
Targeting that Colossus, but there's too much. Even if all the Colossus are cleaned up, it's
Yeah,
looks like a done deal here.
no, there's no buffer in this equation. Everything is scary. After the first game. So I don't think that was an accurate representation of Dipwood's skill. I think he definitely still has a chance to, you know, give it his all. But
Yeah, very unlucky, definitely.
you would see that game and you would think HuShang's just miles ahead, but really, I mean, Dipwood didn't really make any mistakes. He was just very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unless
I would agree.
HuShang was so far ahead in the meta that he knew what Dipwood would do and countered it beforehand.
Well, I don't think that there's anything particularly bad about the way that HuShang opened, even if Dipwood decided not to proxy an Oracle, or try to proxy an Oracle. I think that it was sort of a safe opening. Phoenixes are relatively defensive if you need them to be, and can be super good at harassing from what I know about Phoenix play.
Kaboosh, quick question. Let's say that's your Stargate proxied, and you see a Phoenix pop up over it. What does your heart look like?
It is in like 400 pieces.
As our resident Protoss expert, we have to ask these questions.
I'm the Protoss expert, Kappa.
Apparently, Kaboosh has been promoted to Protoss expert.
Yep.
I don't know. It's sort of like.
It's just really unfortunate. I don't know why he chose to proxy this